Today we're going to try and give a spotlight to all the different community posts in the suggestion area on the Age of Empires Mobile Discord, because I honestly believe some of these community suggestions are really great and honestly do make the game better for free-to-play players, for spenders, and just for everyone, because at the end of the day, we want a great game to play, right? We always want to see something succeed. So the first one we're going to start off with is honestly my own suggestion, where we're going to lie on. This was posted about 5 days ago, and there is a link directly to this from my Discord in the big announcements area. And this is just talking about the new currency system, right? We know there is the brand new blue currency, right, which is all to do with getting old legacy skins, while the Herald events are still using the red gem currency in order to obviously get the new skins only. The one thing which honestly disappointed a lot of people, as I kind of put into my suggestion here, is the fact that a lot of players were saving up these red gems even if they weren't able to get maybe the brand new skin out there. They knew they was able to get maybe like an epic base skin with some smaller stats, but it was something they were working towards, and it gave them that little bit of hope and something to chase down. But that has obviously been taken away, and one solution I thought obviously was adding that back in. That was the easy little plaster on the situation. But the one suggestion I really wanted to pay attention to is my second point here, where I wanted to bring a trade system for these cosmetic gems, because you can be using 20,000 of your Empire coins to earn Carnelian red gems, and maybe you can trade them, exchange them to like a 3-to-1 or a 5-to-1 rate that goes to the blue gem. So even if you don't go for the new skin, you still have that option to trade them for the blue currency and go for one of the older skins like you're used to be able to. Plus, this gives you a little bit more variety, a little bit more flexibility as well on what choices you get to pick down, right? So I think this is a really cool solution, and I think in the terms of everyone, it benefits it all, right? Spenders can spend, free-to-players can accumulate and work towards these skins, and obviously the devs are going to be happy because they're still going to get people putting money and investing into the game. So now let's move on to the next couple of suggestions, because there is quite a few in here to do with like healing speed as being easy to obtain. I do understand this from maybe a more free-to-play player perspective, but for most players that are kind of like even at the lower spending area, healing speed up seems to be quite fine. But I understand this if you're more of a free-to-play player, right? Because honestly, the reward system for healing speed isn't really there. So you might be using your T5, T6, going against much higher powered T6 or T7 and just losing troops, and you're not able to basically sustain that on your account. So I understand this. This could be definitely one to have a look at. This is Mint Slice, I'm going to say, is a suggestion. Really cool one. I am going to put a little tick on it because I do think this is something that needs to be looked at just in general, just the rewards in there. Moving down, there is some other ones to do with like researching 2 at a time. That's okay, but it's nothing I'm really too bothered about. But there is one I wanted to talk about, and I'm not gonna vote up it, and I do believe this is kind of a really cool philosophy, let's just say that. But the issue is, right now, Age of Empires Mobile has been out for so long now, I don't think they're able just to switch the monetization strategy. This would be something that had to have been planned out from the start. And this was more introducing some sort of monthly subscriptions to everyone. So this could be priced, as he said, anything between 20 to 50 euros. And if you paid for that, you basically were playing the game. You was actually able to play the game without actually using these gambling features and casino-like features and all these microtransactions. And it might be more, you know, obtainable for players, you know, by spending even just like 30 euros a month or whatever it were to play every single hero. Could be a cool feature. But at the same time, what do you do about the free-to-play players? Are they not going to have access to this game now because it's only a monthly subscription? Who knows, right? This is a really debatable topic. It's a really cool one, but again, I do think the whole method of having a stable subscription model, which is cool, would have to have been implemented at the start of the game. But so unfortunately, I don't think this can be put in, but it's a really cool idea. Maybe in the future we might see some more other, you know, heroes or games do that, right? So we're going to keep scrolling down. There is a couple of things in here, but there is one suggestion I'm really looking for because it was really good. And this is one here, right? So we've got Ream Soul suggestion. I want to share my own ideas about PvP and PvE content. I really do like this suggestion because it is just highlighting, look, we just need some more device content, and we've kind of seen that with obviously the Frontier event being introduced, the Brigade Raid event being introduced, but we need more kind of like PvP based events too, not just PvE stuff in the game. So obviously when he's talking about anything to do with PvE, new game modes in expeditions like the Island Tactics, for example, new game modes, Ancient Ruin or Colosseum, whatever you want to name it. Players can set their light ups to fight against ancient commanders. This will be providing players with a vibrant universe to explore and conquer. And don't make this kind of content with a narrative. It will bring excitement players to it. Potentially, they will increase the hero power and defeat the enemy. So basically, it's just a really cool way of introducing potentially new heroes in the lineup from even earlier on in history, but they could be bringing into the game, and it could be a new mini game that does that. It's a really cool idea. I like this for just a PvE suggestion that the community has put in. But now let's talk about the PvP stuff, because this is the big one that a lot of people are going for, and I've kind of gone for something similar to this, where it's a free-for-all game mode. So in this PvP mode, registered with their two strongest lineup, fight against all players individually without teams. Players respawn in different places to avoid fighting in one place, and in this mode, players who have the most points will be ranked. So this is probably just, it is almost like a PvP, just literally free-for-all, kill or be killed, and if you can get the most kills or points, obviously you're going to get better ranked placements. It's a cool concept, right? And it'd be good to see how this goes in. They could definitely implement stuff like the ranked ladder that they've done now in the Battle of Dawn in this, because at the beginning, yes, you might get rolled by T7s and so forth, but those T7 players, well, they might jump all the way up to diamond, while you on your main account might be only around gold or platinum. So you're going to be playing eventually, when it equalizes out, hopefully against players at the same power level as you, right? So it is a cool concept, especially if it's done correctly, right? This is also King of the Hill. I like this concept too. In this PvP mode, there are 3 hills that must be attacked to defend for attacking teams to get as many points as possible, just to be in the hill zones area, but defending them teams just eliminate the attacking to get points. This is literally just kind of like playing domination, right? If you played domination back in the day on Call of Duty, it is kind of King of the Hill. If you can hold these 3 different points, you accumulate, obviously, points towards your team, and you can hold 2 out of 3, and if an enemy goes into that zone, it pauses the points until only one of either team survives, right? So it's a really cool concept. I would love to see this, to be honest. A really fun little PvP domination game mode. It's a cool idea, and this is just added on to this suggestion. He goes, maybe this is a crazy idea, but in this map, a dense forest is needed to make the attacking team invisible on the map, but the defending team at a disadvantage. Of course not. The defending team can set up an ambush, aka the whale, before attacking team enters the hill zone. This PvP mode requires at least 3 legions on each server to participate against 3 legions from other servers, and it's still a legion of 20 or 30 players, right? So really cool concept there on the King of the Hill. I hope they listen to that and try and implement some sort of form of this King of the Hill game mode, because I think a lot of you guys, especially me explaining it here, probably would be like, yes, why not add this into Age of Empires Mobile? This seems a really good PvP game mode, right? So who knows, we might see that come in the future. Here's just a nice little auto troop adjustment. I do think this could get a little bit more tweaking too at the moment, but the auto troops need to stay in the troops list at all time, and only then my Alliance R4s can utilize my troops. Now, when I'm going to move offline, I'll always send my troops to farms, and that is where we always do, right? This is where we're going to crop up with an issue right now, because it is right what he's saying. This is my main issue with auto troops. Whatever march you're going to send in here has to be one of your 5 main marches on the field. And that's where a big issue lies, because right now, all of us who are not in fighting and you're just farming away want to use your farming marches, right? And maybe during Trojans or during certain events, you could have participated by using the auto troop list by just having at least 2 marches in there, right, to help your alliances. So this could have been something that could have been used in PvE modes, and much better if you just had this as a separate list. On top of that, as we're gonna kind of mention here, just to add into this, is the simple one, right? We need to add in a way for when we're playing Age of Empires Mobile to just efficiently swap, right? So if we go in here, you can see my current screen of Age of Empires Mobile. I have got all my marches here on the left side, but at the moment I have to, as you can imagine, start mixing them. I have to start mixing the farming with the PvP marches, and what we're waiting for is just a hot page, right? Just different page setups, because then you could have page 1, which is your main PvP marches. You could have page 2, which is all of your farming marches. You could have page 3, which is tailored towards maybe Battle of Dawn, Wonder, maybe it's more Trojan horse based, right? You could have all these different types of formations, even siege based marches, right? In these different formations that you could take advantage of, but in the current game you're not able to do that. So that's one of the biggest suggestions as well, and a really good quality of life feature that needs to be added while fixing the auto troop feature we have here on screen, right? So coming towards the end, there is some really good ones here. The separate farming and military troops is needed. This is what I've just spoke about here. So I am going to give this a big tick, as well as coming back up to the PvP one. I'm going to give that a big tick too, because I really like that one, right? But this is what I'm talking about, right? We need a march switching feature so we can swap between these formations a lot faster in these pages. This would be just crucial and just makes the gaming experience overall better for everyone. So good to see this Battlefield Survivor come back, and this is going to be one which we are going to segue back into the main game and talk about a little bit, because I do want to talk about Battlefield Survivor. Because so here it says, thank you for bringing it back, just don't ever take it down again. It was nice to have the action game within the strategy game. Just fire whoever idea is to remove it. I am going to tick this, obviously not as aggressive, I'm going to say, but going into the main game, suggestions for this Battlefield Survivor, honestly, I don't want it to stay forever, but what I do want it to do is actually provide players a reason to play it, right? Because at the moment, yes, you get an absolute truck ton of just free rewards here at the moment, just by having it completed and getting those AFK rewards. Yes, you can get 200 sculptures at the moment because of all 5 difficulties if you complete them for either Josephine or Joan of Arc, or you can split them. It depends on what you want to do. But the issue is, after that, you've got no real reason to play it unless you just really enjoy the game. Like me, I honestly do love this game mode. If you look at my achievements, you can see I'm only 5 achievements away from completing every single achievement in the entire game, right? And then I'm done. I don't have to do anything else. You can see I've only got these little ones left, and I'm golden. I'm golden, right? But what I would like to see is Battlefield Survivor last a little bit longer, even if it's for 4 weeks or 5 weeks. That would be really cool to see. And when it disappears, the aim for you to bring it back should be to provide players either with a brand new roster for the first time, since we've got the same 6 heroes. And obviously having 2 new difficulties is nice, but what a lot of players was hoping for, including myself, was just 6 new characters here, because that would mean then we could play with some new abilities, we could have some new fun that we've not experienced before, but more importantly, in the future, you could have this disappear and come back, and then you could mix and match the first 6 heroes that's on screen plus the next 6 heroes that you just made out. So you can make it, honestly, a little bit different each time while you build out the brand new, obviously, maps, the new areas, because as you guys know, once you complete 5-4, there's no more right now, but there is more levels coming soon, as it states. So Battlefield Survivor, I honestly want it to be good, right, on the player, because the player would love to play this and get some more rewards that's actually beneficial to them. One other thing that I would suggest just for this Battlefield Survivor area is the actual reward system. It would be cool if this was a seasonal game mode, almost like a season in, obviously, Mightiest Empire or whatever you want to name it, right? It would be cool in this season of your good old Battlefield Survivor that you earned, obviously, Josephine and Joan of Arc. And what I would like to see is, in the next season, once maybe brand new heroes come, instead of Josephine and Joan of Arc, you would offered 2 or 3 different heroes instead, so players can work to 3 different heroes on their account. And then the next season you can do that again and keep repeating this philosophy where if you play this game mode over time, you are working on a variety of different heroes, very free to play, player friendly, and it's a super fun game mode, right? So I would love to see that suggestion honestly come into the game, because let's be real, Battlefield Survivor is a really fun game mode. Some people might try and hate on it because it's not Age of Empires Mobile or it's not Age of Empires, but the thing is, Age of Empires Mobile is just there to obviously give you the 4X city building experience while giving you the Age of Empires love, which it is trying to do pretty well at the moment. Obviously it's not perfect, but it's trying its best. But then it also offers you these different mobile gaming experiences, these little mini games that you can just fall in love with and just play on the fly. You don't have to worry about it. It's just there to have fun, which I think a lot of people have forgotten about, just having fun at the end of the day, right? So can't wait for this. This has to be in there right now. There's some cool things like this, like the portrait mode and stuff in the game could be implemented. I'm not going to go into that too in depth, right, because I'm not too crazy about that. But coming down here, I do like this, that during the Battle of Dawn Wonder Contest area, please make the chat stay on the Legion chat during the event. So it just allows people to communicate easier. I like it. It makes sense. Tick, right? Why not? Because if something just makes sense where players can communicate and actually strategize better on the open field while you're in there, it's just, why are you not doing this? I don't know, right? So really good suggestion by Soldier Yo-Yo, shouting out him as well. Coming down though, coming towards almost the end of the suggestions. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And it's a little bit different, but you guys have been asking me to do more of these to try and put a bit of spotlight on some good old suggestions to make the game better than it obviously currently is. So since that's all we want, right? We really want ways of making this game much better and just improve everyone's gaming experience, the free-to-players, the spenders, right? The hardcore gamers, the casuals. We want to tailor it for everyone so everyone can experience the community that we have here. Because let's be honest, the Age of Empires mobile community is really good. It's a good community. It's mature. It understands, look, we can fix this and we do this. We're all good, right? So I love it. I love it here, right? So we're scrolling down. I'm just checking out some of these final ones. You can see we're in the 28th of April now, in the final 2 days of these suggestions. And I'm trying to just spot, there is one I know in here that I really want to talk about. I'm just trying to find it as we go through, because there's some cool ones here where it's like we want alliance markers to be big and clear and colorful. This is honestly a really good one too. This is a big issue at the moment. Like, I honestly think the marker system could be better just visually. It could make players understand it a little bit more just visually. I think the whole system of what you're able to do with it is really good, and how complex it is already, really clever. This one's another big one that I honestly want to talk about, which is about the 2 camps, and this is to do with the brand new game mode, as you guys may know, the good old Brigand Raid. We have a video on this. It came out this week. If you haven't checked it out, it is the full guide for it, so you understand exactly what you need to be doing currently in the game unless it gets changed. But let's talk about it, because there is a big issue that I think is missing here, right? So if we go into the Brigand Raid, and kind of as the suggestions kind of goes into, to participate in this game mode, you will be putting, as you can see, your troops in a commissioned role, right? So you can put your troops in 2 camps, so 1 in each. And what happens then is in R4 can appoint captains, right? There's up to 30 captains that you can be placing, right? So I did misspeak in the last video. If you check it out, I do apologize. I think I said you can have up to 60. If you have both of them, you can't. It's just 30. So that's my apologies for you guys. But when you go into the appoint, I can appoint up to 30 members, right? And this is kind of a bother, because a lot of the players in the actual game mode really want to try it and play it. So I would love to see the captains just be updated. Like, I want to be able to have maybe like 60 or 100 members that can play at this event, because at the moment you have to select certain players that are online, and then certain other players that wish they could have played it just missed out, and they're like, do I really just want to watch someone else use my troops? It's just weird. It's a weird experience to be in the Alliance camp situation. So I think if they allowed players just to do it, would be really good. So maybe in the future, this might be a better way to do the Brigand raid. Get rid of the groups. No groups. You don't need groups. All you need is members. And yes, maybe there is some guards, and maybe there's only 5 guard groups. So if players are offline, you can create some guard groups to help your team. But what I would love to see is just let everyone who wants to join enter the camp with one of their troops, and if you've entered with those troops, you have the ability to now play in the Brigand raid with just your troops alone, right? Just control one march alone, but with the joystick feature, right? And that would allow everyone to participate in here and actually have a little bit of fun together, because it is kind of funny when you're all in VC and you're all chasing down these guards together. You tell them to slow them down, and they're like screaming at you, you know, we've got cooldowns. It's so funny, man. Like, it is a really cool social experience if everyone gets to participate and done right. So I do think this should be addressed, especially to allow people to actually have more access to it and just let people play that game mode in there. So what I'm going to just do here is kind of run down some of the last remaining suggestions, because I haven't read kind of these more recent ones, but that was the one I was looking for, as you can imagine, to finish this video on. So original time here, please screenshot if attached. This is basically talking about upgrades. So if you can look, see how much it originally cost and how much the reduction is down. Would be really cool to see that, because then you can see how much effectiveness has your tech been, right? And especially for content creators like myself, I would love this, because I would be able to click on any of the tech trees and show you, look, okay, at this research speed that I have, this is how much reduction you have compared to if you have 0 reduction, right? And you can really make that argument why it's important or why it's not important, right, for your account. So I think this is a really good one, needs to be added in, just nice quality of life feature here. And then we've got a nice one, HCDX, please change the universe medals rewards from the Brigand raid from personal rewards to alliance rewards. As it currently stands, too many people are going to miss out on the rewards by not participating in the event. So this is actually wrong. I'm going to actually thumbs down this, and this is why I'm going to explain this. The personal reward system, the way this works is by having your troops in the commission area, and as long as myself, right, if I go and I pick your troops and someone else's troops and someone else's troops and someone else's troops, all 5 players in that guard camp earn points. That's the best way of putting it. The issue we have right now is just the fact that there's not enough captains in the game just to allow players to manually go and do this themselves. So that is the main issue. I actually think the personal reward system is really good, and it's super easy to actually obtain. I'm gonna be real with you. The alliance rewards could be improved. Maybe they add maybe some more universal medals in the alliance rewards, because that would make it then super competitive for alliances to actually want to do this and get members active and online to get these medals, right? So I think that could be a better change than actually going with what HCD said, right? So we're gonna kind of close that one. I'm gonna X this, because personally you can see why I think this is a better suggestion than what I'm gonna put on there to fix the Brigand raid on top, right? We've got some other ones. Can you please add a hero reset again or make it a monthly option? This is something that we expect maybe to happen, maybe like every 3 months, maybe, or maybe every 4 months, you may get a hero reset. I reckon if you had it every 4 months, it would make a little bit more sense, because that means, you know, you had three hero resets per year, right? That's the best way it works it out. 4, 8, 12, done, right? So it's up to you guys. Obviously, we've had 2 so far. A lot of people would like these a bit more often just to fix their heroes and kind of go on. I would actually honestly like 1 more myself. If I had 1 more, it would probably fix my account completely, and then I'd have to just carry on playing the game as I was anyway and investing through. So it depends, right? I don't think these need to be super often, but who knows, right? Who knows? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment down below, right? So we've got another early new suggestion. I would like to present a suggestion to improve gameplay experience. Ooh, I like these ones. These are the best ones when people go for these, because this is where it really puts creativity and do you understand what's the best interest, right? Particularly management of marchers on the battlefield and combat. Okay. I propose adding the ability to attack marchers or resource fields from a distant view. Similar to what we've shown in the attached image there's no attached image, I do apologize, along with the option to dispatch marchers from the city using this perspective. Currently, we're in a battlefield becoming crowded and unit distance increasing, controlling view through the normal process has been extremely difficult. Yeah, this is one thing I will say is kind of hard, right? When you are fighting, especially when there's loads of marchers out there, it is hard to figure out what you are trying to target. I'm going to be honest, it really is, right? Because it doesn't really show you all the time all the different portraits that's on field. It doesn't really go into that. Even if you zoom out into more of the, you know, so you can see just the emblems, I believe you don't get to drag an attack on that way. So that's kind of an issue there, right? So it would be really good being able, as you can see, to implement in a distant view. So this is basically how you have the dot system in Rise of Kingdoms or the dot system in Call of Dragons, which allows you to zoom out and just see all the marchers the same in the logos, but you can actually target them. You can allow to tap and attack, you know, you can attack them just like you would normally do with Dragon Attack mode. So it just makes it a bit easier to see instead of having it super zoomed in. But obviously that is one thing. I like to see what you guys think about that suggestion there. This is actually following up. So here we go. We can kind of see what we're talking about here. So this is it. So at the moment, it would be good, and this is what the suggestion is, if you're in this mode, being able to drag and target this march. If you was able to drag and target this march, it would allow you to actually use your marchers correctly and target the unit counters you need to be targeting, because obviously when you zoomed in, it is honestly a bit too chaotic, especially not being able to see all of the information you need. So I do like it, honestly. It's a good suggestion just to add the dot system in game. It just improves PvP. I really want to have migration. My server is dying with tyrannical people. I love it. So this is just basically migration. It's on its way, guys. I know we've been waiting. But migration is on its way soon. So we just have to wait and be patient. And when it comes, it's going to be a glorious day for many people who play Age of Empires Mobile, being able to move around, find new friends, go to new alliances, new families, right? And obviously find new activity and just enjoy the game again for being in an active server. So can't wait to see what happens there. Just finishing up here on the last ones. I'm just seeing if there's any big ones. Oh, here we go. Nice one. Nice 14 suggestion. This is only a couple of days ago, so it's already going up. It's time to open the skill reset roll for everyone. Oh no. Buy Empire coins in order to provide versatile combinations of all hero setups during a battle. It doesn't make sense, so only VIP 11 can buy reset rolls now. The option will benefit all the players who enjoy and commit any form of battlefield. This option shouldn't be just for high VIP players. Players are leaving the game with the lack of action. Please improve the gaming experience for the sake of all players who love Age of Empires Mobile, such as not enough legendary hero coins, reward events, legendary skill scrolls, troop training time is way too long. You need to give all players the incentive to participate more in any type of the obviously action, and then people will basically play it, otherwise they're gonna leave. I do like it, to be honest. It's a good suggestion, because at the end of the day, it is right. I do find it kind of crazy at VIP 11 and VIP 12 that you can get the obsidian scrolls. You can reset all your skills, which are really good, because obviously you can fix and go into the heroes that you want to actually go into. But then obviously the 20 universal sculptures for 20,000. That is crazy value. Most people, no matter what, I reckon for 30,000 Empire coins every week would buy all the planishing hammers and all of those universal sculptures every week with their Empire coins. And if they don't, they're going to spend in order to do that, because it's just so much value. It's crazy. And I do agree with, like, some of the VIP levels need to be addressed. And I do wish even better, why not just make the VIP better in general, right? We can go into this VIP suggestions, right, and make it infinitely a better experience for anyone who's in VIP, because at the moment, the exclusive benefits here on the passives, they're not the greatest, right? I'm going to be real. They're really not. VIP 8 is honestly where a lot of players would normally stop just because of the research speed 8. The only time you're progressing this VIP any further is from naturally spending, or if you're going for the Empire coins purposely, right, to push into that VIP store, right? And that's going to get you those 20 coins. Well, let's improve this, right? You can easily make some of these things a little bit more appetizing for people to buy. Just making them a little bit cheaper would be better. But on top of this, what I think would be really cool is a VIP shop, just like a VIP rolled shop for players. So for example, I'm VIP 10, I could click a little button up here, and if I click that button, it might show me 12 different items in the VIP area. It could be any of these, you know, items here that you could get, and it's going to be just at a little bit of a discounted cost compared to what you would normally get down here. Again, that's just infinitely better, because then it gets people wanting to come into VIP, because guess what? You might have just hit the jackpot, and yeah, you might have got those universal sculptures. Yeah, you might have just hit those gem purchases, right? Or the 3-day speed ups that you might have wanted for your universals, right? Who knows? And it just gives you a little bit more excitement in there, right? Another big one, I think, for VIP that really, really needs to be addressed too, honestly, is the daily rewards. The daily rewards just aren't exciting, especially for someone here, right? VIP 12, 1 legendary skill scroll. Like, you don't even get a skill scroll back here, and I'm VIP 10, and I'm just getting this. Like, it is just miserable. So the biggest one as well is just improving daily rewards. If it was up to me, even VIP 8 should be earning legendary skill scrolls, even if it's just 1. And then here up at VIP 10, we should be earning like 2 legendary skill scrolls. And then when you're at VIP 12, what could be cool is 2 legendary skill scrolls, but guess what? 1 universal medal as well each day, because we don't get to see those at all till, like, it's just ridiculous, right? It's kind of ridiculous getting to VIP 15 just to get 1 universal medal each day. It's just not fathomable for literally anyone in their right mind. Unless you're a super business owner, let's be real, you're not going to be able to obtain that. So honestly, the VIP area can do some serious work in here, and if it has that serious work, people would be a lot more incentivized, including myself, to actually pump Empire coins into here and obviously gain some decent rewards from it, because at the moment it's just not the greatest, right? It's not the greatest. So this is definitely one thing I'm going to upgrade, right? The VIP needs some absolute love. And that's basically all of it, right? The only thing at the end is the automatic scheduling is crap. I do agree with this. I think in general, guys, events should be just alliance based, right? You choose what you want to put the time, right? Because I hate the fact that at the moment the treasure hunt keeps rotating these random times. I don't get to play on hardly any of them because they're so late, so I only get to participate in probably 1 treasure hunt compared to being able to participate in 2 or 3. Then on top of that, you've got even like the just all the other events. Let's just be honest, there's so many events that could have just been alliance based. Like, you can specify at the time you want these events to be occurring, especially stuff like the Brigand Raid 2. That could have been done at an alliance based time, not randomly, and rotates on these, you know, 8 hours or 12-hour intervals as it kind of does at the moment, right? So I'm going to kind of update this one too. I like this one, right? So long video, I know, guys, it's been a long one, but as you can see, I really wanted to put some effort and love and just showcase these suggestions from mine, which was 5 days ago, all the way to today at 10:50 when I recorded this, because this is going to be today's video, as you guys have not guessed it, right? And just talk about all the suggestions in Age of Empires Mobile, which I actually really liked, went into detail about them, obviously talked about them in game, so you guys can obviously reference what we're talking about here. And honestly, there is a bunch of other just quality of life suggestions and stuff that we could talk about even in the comment section down below. So if you want to add stuff in, put it in down below. Hopefully we can also use this as a mega thread as well, so the devs that might watch the content over what looking at the Discord might be like, you know what, we see what they're saying, we kind of agree with what they're saying now, right? And it could give us that little bit of boost and a little bit of hope and promise of getting some of these suggestions in game. So until the next one, smash like, comment, and subscribe. Till then, stay safe, stay sneaky, peace out.